Hi.
It's a Sphere radio system that we use.
Oh, okay.
So
John Crook pulled out a pew-pew and pointed it at an 8-year-old girl, her father, and their female friend yesterday in Otter Creek. What the Hell's a Citizen Journalist News is back on the scene in Otter Creek. Yesterday at 4:20, I received this email from a viewer that says, Jeremy, my name is Wesley. My 8-year-old daughter and my friend came from Illinois just to see Tubetown, baby, population 1, and to sign the guest book. And then John Crook pulled out a pew-pew, you know the actual word, on us and pointed it at us. We're down here at the post office. The cops are on their way to talk to us. Call me, please. John is crazy. 5 minutes after this email was sent, I saw it come through. I contacted George. George was actually in her counseling session because of all of this insanity, which then she had to cancel because of all of this insanity. You see how this cycle keeps going on with these insane individuals? And go see exactly what was happening to try and help do something to protect this 8-year-old from John Crook and LIEnette.
I don't know, George. Like, I'm freaking out.
I am so sorry.
I'm from Illinois.
Okay.
We came down, I came down to visit him, and one of my 8-year-olds see Tubetown, and we wanted to play game stuff. We signed in the guest book and everything.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, when we were leaving, we went down, turned around, and come back down the road, and we were taking pictures of Tubetown.
Yeah.
And then the turtle place, we got that picture thing there, and then I heard somebody yell, and I'm like, what was that?
Yeah.
And I rolled down the window, it was John, and I was like, he goes, do whatever you want. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, we're from out of town, we're just seeing Tubetown. He goes, you're going to lose anyway. And I'm like, what? And I was like, John, we're from out of town. And he pulls out a gun and points it right at us, and we're like, my 8-year-old starts crying. She's like, go, go, go. And I'm like, oh, well, hang on, I don't want to take off and start shooting. And I was like, John, we're from out of town, we're not here to bother nobody. All we want to do is see Tubetown. That was it. And I said, I'm calling the cops. And he stuck it back in his right pocket and he started to walk off. And I was like, this is stupid. Like, I wanted my 8-year-old, because I've been watching y'all for years.
Yeah.
And this ain't what we had in mind.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, this isn't what we had in mind when we moved to Otter Creek with them moving across the street from us.
They're at the intersection that Judge Grudge is making me drive around every single time to access my home in Otter Creek. One of the most, if not the most, dangerous intersection in all of Levy County, where accidents happen all the time. Now, the other thing that's going on here is the individuals are terrified of what just happened to them. And so while Wes is willing to be on camera, the other two, the 8-year-old child who is crying and traumatized, and the other female who's traumatized now, want nothing to do with it because they're scared that Crook is going to come after them. Rightfully so, after you have a firearm pointed at your face. Now, here's the irony of all of this. They claim they want nobody going down that road, right? Except, let's put this in perspective. They've posted their address all over the internet. Not only that, they also put out a blessing box. Remember the makeshift blessing box, which no doubt is filled with rotten garbage, bugs, snakes, you name it. So they're inviting people to come down the road, inviting people to come to their place. Now let's go even further. John Crook puts up a 4-foot by 8-foot sign. It's a shell thing. Oh, but they're advertising nonstop. But he's also pulling out firearms on anybody who drives by. Can you see the hypocrisy? Can you see the irony of all of this? These two are unhinged. They are terrorizing. They are literally terrorizing this tiny town and anybody who drives through it. They want everybody to drive by and see them. But wait, they're also going to point guns at them.
So did you already give your report to Levy County?
Yeah, she don't want to give her information. I work for her in Illinois, but...
Well, she could remain anonymous as a witness, because she witnessed it all, right? Yeah.
But they're saying that they have to have her information to go forward. like to press charges and have him arrested, she would have to give her sex if she was in the car. And I'm like,
So yeah, she can give them the information if you want to prosecute. And then if she's worried about her information being on the actual report, they have to automatically redact all that information. Yes.
she needs to do that.
Like her name and phone number would be protected if anyone called the county and wanted a copy of the report. And I know this because we have requested so many reports from Levy County and they redact like witnesses' information.
I didn't know what to do. I was sitting here, they told me to wait here, and I'm like, okay. Well, I said, I'm coming down here because we're at the end of the street. She's like, kept telling me to stay there. I was like, I ain't staying there in case he comes out in the road.
Right.
And I was like, we're going to come down here, and I was like, we're in a post office. I was like, I'm messaging him saying, you know, I don't know what to do. Like, that's crazy. I mean, my 8-year-old, you know.
Yeah.
What crap. This just messed everything up for me because I thought we would come down here, let her play games, you know, and
Yeah.
we're staying in Reddit, and oh man, this just blew my mind. I don't know what to do.
Did you see what happened? Who?
The lady over at the store. I didn't see it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
The lady at the store. So I called. I'm find your number or your number.
Okay.
And
I'll text you so you can have it.
I called. Just right for Teresa and Brett. So they're gonna be trying to get it.
Okay.
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 Like this.
What's that?
I did video some of this. Them enter. You know this.
Oh, okay.
But you talked about that part.
Well, I just got here, and then he put in his report, and then he has the 2 witnesses in his car that saw him pull out.
In the red car, that's my neighbor Gail, who I admire and respect tremendously. And she has to live with this terror across the street from her as well. And I know the residents of Otter Creek, as you're watching, you want me to do something. And I promise you, I'm doing everything I can to make this go away for everybody. And I apologize. If I would have ever even known that I could have purchased this property, I would have and left it the way it was so that this never would have happened to you or this little tiny town. We know they stalked us here. We know they followed us here. And we know they make a wake of chaos everywhere they go. We're doing everything we can legally to make sure it stops and this never ever happens again, no matter where we live.
That's just unreal.
It's believable
I know it's believable.
because
yeah.
you've seen him pull it out twice.
Yeah, it's believable, yes. You know. Trying to get up, you know. I didn't see your car. I didn't see Deanna's, so I didn't blow the horn at the schoolhouse.
Yeah.
I didn't see hers. I said, well, they must be gone together. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I'm not sure where she is. She was supposed to come to the post office and then maybe she ran errands. But
She wouldn't give her information to him. He runs the tags just to get her information, and now saying that her stuff's suspended or something. She's like, I just bought this. Like, she just bought it last month.
oh,
And now he's like trying to cause trouble now because she wouldn't give the information. That ain't right.
no, it's not.
They don't want to do the job.
Hi.
It's a severe radio system that we use.
oh, okay.
So, you done speaking with him?
Like in Illinois,
Yeah.
I'll go back talk
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
I can have a thing in my house and I hear everybody's phone number.
Yeah, we have a channel that's designated. We have a channel designated to run secure information on. It's teletype, so that way nobody else hears your information.
And then you've got somebody that I've heard somebody in my life. That's terrifying.
I know it is. It is.
That's not the first time that man has pulled out a firearm randomly at people. And that's why we record every
Yeah.
time we're anywhere on our property or across the street from them because the man is
in. Do you guys still
in
have the cameras pointing that way?
Our cameras are pointing on our property.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was the one that watched the road originally when I was dealing with you guys way back at the beginning of all this.
We don't have
Wild.
if he was standing on his driveway, we don't have cameras pointing that way.
Yeah, because it's his property.
We have cameras on our property.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I thought you had the one that watched the road, but I could be mistaken. Cameras are so common nowadays.
Yes.
So, as you know, the supervisor's handling anything. I'm just here for
Yeah.
support and
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
What you just saw is the female victim doesn't want to give information because she's scared. She's terrorized. She's now traumatized what Crook just did to her. And her information is going to go in a police report. And now the deputy is telling her, well, we'll remove that. We'll try and do this. We'll try and do that. And then you also hear the deputy saying, hey, as you know, the supervisor is here for everything. I'm just here for support. The now Levy County Sheriff policy is anything that has to do with Crook and LIEnette, a supervisor must go out. No street deputies. They've screwed up and have created so much legal liability for this department that a supervisor must be there. Now,
They have not made our lives easy at all following us here. Like, they intentionally followed us here because they watched videos of ours. They used to be fans. Yeah.
He's a super big fan, and then the little one, which obviously I don't want her on the camera, she got the little turtle out of the mailbox because I guess that's what they know.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of it, but he's a big fan. So we drove over here from where we were staying over near Ocala because he's like, can you please go see him? And then we would have done the whole thing, you know, and then we're just pulling away, and that guy just
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yes, sir.
Y'all's cameras face the property.
Our camera, if he was standing on their makeshift driveway, our cameras don't point that way. They believe that it does, but it doesn't.
Well, that's I just need to know that so I try to see if we have anything for this gentleman.
I could check the cameras to see what we have, but it wouldn't, if he was standing on the driveway, like where the driveway is on his property, it doesn't point that way.
Okay.
So what's the next steps then if they don't have video evidence?
Still waiting to find out what this gentleman wants to do.
Because he said there's no problem talking in this way.
Wait, hold, let me come around.
They're saying that if I press charges on proper cause, they will go arrest him right now. I mean, it's not going to go on the 8-year-old.
That's not okay.
No, it's not.
I say yes, and then request a Zoom link be sent to you. A Zoom link so that you can attend via Zoom since you don't live in the state of Florida.
I wouldn't be able to afford coming back down with all the court things. That's just...
No, you can ask for a Zoom link. You can hop on via.
If you need me, can you stay around or you're going to be fine?
No, I'll be okay. There's Deanna right there.
I don't want to be here by myself.
I appreciate it. I'll give you a call later.
Since she's here, I'll go, okay?
Thanks, Gail.
you can hear Gail ask George, do you want me to stay around? Are you okay? I want to publicly thank Gail for protecting George as well. Now, we have very specific reasons why George is in Florida and while I'm in Ohio. And we are not sharing all of those reasons. But we also have protection in place in Florida for George as well. And I appreciate the extra layer of the residents of Otter Creek making sure both George and Deanna are protected at both times. You see it right there. It's Gail. And so thank you, Gail. If you're watching, from my heart to you, thank you.
This is crazy.
They were visiting. They were visiting Tubetown.
I heard. That's
Oh,
why
you
I'm
heard?
here.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
And John pulled the gun out on him. They're saying if he's willing to press charges, they'll go and arrest him right now.
Well,
If they have enough probable cause. They said
Okay.
something about cameras.
I need to go pull the camera. That's why I want to talk to the police officer. I want the police officer to go with me to pull the camera.
Okay.
Because it's just it's a trail cam. It's the fan cam.
Yeah.
So I don't have control
And it
over
wouldn't
anything
be-
else. I only have control over that camera, and I want to go pull it because did you guys react? Do you know where you were standing?
We were in the road. We'd done left Tubetown. We were driving back, took pictures and everything. And then I heard somebody yell, and I was like, what was that? So I stopped, and I rolled down the window, and I seen it was John. I was like, John, what'd you say? And he goes,
Was he standing in his driveway?
he came from his driveway towards the camper. And when he pulled the gun out, he was at the camper, like in the middle of that one camper.
Okay, well,
he bent down through the tree to point it at.
No, he
pulled
didn't.
out his pocket. But first he goes, do whatever you want. And I was like, what are you talking about, John? I said, what are you about to do? He goes, you're going to lose anyway. I was like, what are you talking about? And then he bent down, and he pulled out his right pocket, and he bent down and pointed at us. And I was like, John, hold up, bud. I was like, we're not trying to cause no trouble or nothing. I was like, I was going to let my 8-year-old look at Tubetown. I was like, we're from out of town. We're not doing nothing to you.
You have a child with you?
Yeah, she's in the back seat.
Yeah.
Oh my.
This
That's
cop acts like he don't want to do his job. Like
They
he's
don't-
like,
they don't seem
well,
to
if
wanna
there's
do their
probable
job.
cause in the camera, if not, I won't be able to arrest him. We'll have to let the state's attorney take
See,
it
and
over."
if you record it, they're not going to arrest him because you don't show fear, and
Right.
any reasonable person wouldn't be recording.
My daughter was
Exactly.
crying. I tried to pull my phone out and record it. And I told her, I don't know what I got. I didn't even get a chance to look at my phone.
don't they
I
have
did.
a camera? Don't they claim they have a camera?
That's what they said, that somebody sent them. So I've been watching it. Like I thought this was gonna be a great day. Come down and let my daughter play games there. It didn't turn out that way.
Well, we wouldn't be able
They
to see
started crying
anything
and-
from.
We wouldn't be able to see their camera unless they willingly hand it over or have it subpoenaed, but they're not gonna hand anything over.
Let's see what I got.
You're still recording, so I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
This is stupid. I'm gonna go.
We're signing the guest book in the car,
Uh-huh.
and then I took a picture of the thing, and my daughter, she walked over and looked at the thing, and he didn't say nothing then. If he was
Yeah.
out there, he never said anything. We left, got back in and left, and went down and came back,
Yeah.
and was taking one last pictures of it. And then,
Well, what else is in the video?
let me see if I can hear. Everything like us.
Because you may have something on camera.
Well, see, this is the part where I tried. I'm seeing if I didn't even get none of the. Let me see. No, I didn't get it. I tried. I just got done taking a picture of the. It's a shell tortoise rescue.
Yeah.
Man, that looked like him.
So what is he?
John pulled a gun on somebody that John.
Oh, John, I got you. I know you're talking about.
Vice Mayor Carl is now on the scene. This is a small town. Small town people take care of their own. And so you've seen Gail, Deanna, now Carl is there. At the exact same time, my phone is blowing up with all the residents of Otter Creek, and I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Is George okay? Is Deanna okay? Is Wes okay? Is his daughter, most importantly in my mind, I'm going, is this 8-year-old okay? Because all I keep getting is she's traumatized and she's crying now. And I want to say thank you to Carl as well. Not only for being there for George, Deanna, for the rest of the residents, but for serving faithfully and actually caring what happens to this town. The question that I really have, and I don't know that Carl will ever be able to answer this. And yeah, I got a phone call from Mayor Zim as well. Hey, the Levy County Sheriff are driving up and down right now looking for Crook. What are the town council going to do for our safety? If Laura Mott is now in the safety position, can they do anything? I mean, if the town council is in charge of safety and all of those things, is there anything they can do to protect everyone, not just us, people who just came from another state, everyone. Can they do anything to protect everyone from John Crook and LIEnette?
Alright. I'm going to get out of this.
So, I'll go with you.
I'm afraid that she's mad because Leonard
Yeah.
did it.
So what do you need? Because Deanna can pull one of the cameras, but if you can escort her,
Go there with her to pull
okay.
it. Now, are they on an SD card or are they?
She's the one who handles all of that. I don't know how the security is over there. But if you're able to get him, let's say our cameras didn't capture it, then what? What are the options?
Does it got voices? Because you can hear me saying, John, why you got a gun pointed at us? Like,
Deanna said it doesn't have audio.
What about their
Just-
cameras?
we're
They
good,
have
man.
cameras
I'm
on
gonna
their.
talk to them about that. See if they'll be willing to let me see them, and we'll move
No,
forward
they
on
won't.
that. But I will give her a ride down there, and then we'll go speak to the other half.
Okay.
Did she drive up or is she?
That's her vehicle right
That's her
there.
vehicle?
Yeah.
I can tell her I can follow her there.
So before you go, let's say our cameras didn't pick up any of that, and then you interview him and he denies it because he's gonna deny it.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the options after that?
Still going to try to find any way we can to see if it did indeed happen. Like I said, if their videos are on, if we could try to get a subpoena, but it's just, like I said, we got to do an investigation on it.
Okay, so here's my other question. When we have filmed in the past of him pulling out a firearm, nothing was done because fear wasn't shown. And it was recorded and we had video evidence.
I can't speak to the past. I wasn't involved in those. Right? I didn't respond to
My 8-year-old started crying.
those. Let me go follow her down there, see if we got any
What
video.
are you gonna meet there?
Want to hang tight? Park in the shade or something?
I'll just wait here.
Okay, I'm gonna go get it and bring it back here.
Okay.
So.
All right. All right. Levy County Sheriff's going to escort Deanna to Tubetown so that they can get a hold of the security cameras that we have. And then according to him, he's going to interview John. But you already know John and LIEnette are going to lie through their teeth.
They don't have any teeth left. They're lying through their gums.
And not tell the truth, and they're not going to give over video footage.
Deanna goes and gets the SD card from the camera. Now, at this point, as of right now, today, I want everybody to understand we have now even more heightened the security for full live streaming all the time so that we have no more issues of you didn't film, you don't have it on camera, his word versus their word, or anything along those lines. Everything is now being filmed. So before, when they were saying, we're under 24/7 surveillance, that's in their own messed up mind. Except things are changing now.
All right, Deanna and the Levy County Sheriff is back. See you, Carl. Does he have it?
Card, yeah.
What's he gonna do
He's gonna look at it, I guess.
in his
I
with his
asked him-
equipment?
I asked him not to. I said, "Don't erase anything."
Yeah.
And he said, "Do you want to hold it?" And I was like, "No, you can hold it. I'm just saying." So we'll see what happens.
In other words, we're all a little untrusting of the Levy County Sheriff Department. Well, little untrusting is an under-exaggeration. We don't trust them at all right now. All they've done is let us down from the very beginning. Not pursuing, not arresting, not putting in jail. Time and time again. Where Ohio has found Crook and LIEnette guilty time and time again. And they have another court date coming up on July 19th where they'll be found guilty yet again. And yet, here we are in a situation where Deanna is trusting all this evidence in the hands of somebody who we have found not to be trustworthy yet, because every other deputy has let us down. Now, as I say that, I want to be very clear. We have worked with some very, very good deputies on the Levy County Sheriff Department. I think in any organization, there are corrupt individuals and there are very good individuals. And so the point is, don't let the corrupt ones take over the good ones. And the same goes true in the entire town of Otter Creek. Don't let the corrupt ones, Russ the Sus, Don the Con, Mary, LIEnette, Crook, take over the good ones. You've got Zim, you got Carl, you've got Deborah, Doc. I can keep going. Ellie, Scott, I can keep going on. We got Darlene, Joyce. We got the whole Oystein family. We got Sissy, we got Johnny. You see what I'm saying? We don't trust them right now because they haven't given us any reason to trust them. From Scott Tummins, who takes care of all the information in the public records, to the highest of the actual sheriff, who's done nothing to keep these two, LIEnette and Crook, accountable. The only thing they've done so far is not arrested them and empowered them to keep doing things like this.
So this is the guy that took their call when she called about the poop.
Oh, okay.
The first time when he was at Circle K.
Yeah.
Kinnick, that's him.
Yeah. In the truck?
The older gentleman that went with you.
Okay. Because that's the same truck that Dean was driving. Same number, 332, I think.
We're not all like that around here.
Did you hear what Vice Mayor Carl said? We're not all like that around here. And they're not. There are beautiful, precious people in Otter Creek. And many people go, well, why don't we see them? Well, we don't have to record them for accountability purposes. We are literally recording what happens in our lives on the bad side for accountability because the sheriff is doing nothing. The Florida court system at this point has done nothing. And there are beautiful, precious people there. And frankly, they don't have the means to fight this. So, yeah, it's a heavy burden on our shoulders. It's an extremely expensive burden on our shoulders. $162,000 out of pocket already. $100,000 of that, which we were going to apply to remodeling the schoolhouse to better the community of Otter Creek. So not only have LIEnette and John stolen from us to have to fight them, they're stealing from the community for things that we can continue to do to help the community. In other words, they're hurting everyone.
We came down to visit her.
Okay, so she's not in there by herself.
No, I would never be back.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, we're not all like them
It's
around here.
just crazy. I've been watching this from day one, and I was like, man, she said I'm down in Reddick, and I Googled to see how close it was here. I was like, I don't want to go take my dog to town. That turned out awful. Like, he didn't say anything when we were out there at the fence or nothing, walking on the road. My daughter even went and lifted up the box over there. It said, take whatever you want. I was like, get back over here. And she didn't know no better.
Yeah, she didn't.
Well, they didn't say nothing then. And so we got
Well, that's what the blessing box is for anyone to help themselves.
Yeah.
That's
That's why it says take what you need or
that's what
something.
it's
I said
supposed to
something
be.
like that. It's what it's supposed
Yeah.
to be for.
Yeah.
And how old is she? She's little.
She's 8.
She's 8,
Yeah.
so of course she's gonna look.
Well, then they didn't say nothing then. We left them down the road and we came back. I was taking one more picture, and then that's when he yelled, and I wrote it down in the list. I'm like, what? I was like, what'd you say? And I know John. I was like,
Thank you.
John. I was like, we're not here to cause no trouble or anything.
She lives here local, and she's the main person that works at the store over there, kind of runs the store.
Oh, okay. That's not the owner, is
That's
it?
just.
I
And
don't
this
know
is
if she's the
all-
owner or not.
Is her name Elizabeth?
I honestly couldn't tell you her
Oh,
name.
okay.
I just know her from passing.
This is all because nothing gets done, and they get braver
And they get away
braver
with
and
it.
braver
Yeah.
and braver. And then they're not going to do anything until somebody actually gets shot. And when somebody gets shot, oops, I guess we were
She's gonna
wrong.
pass that saying, go, 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 go. I'm like, I'm not gonna take off, then that makes my really shoot. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, we're not here to cause no
So
trouble.
now, I guess
Well,
that means I have to carry all the freaking time.
I would.
Yeah.
I-
Especially
I-
around them.
I do normally.
Is she still
It's a shame that
hesitant
you
to
have to
put
live
in
like
her
that, isn't it?
a
Well, they
witness?
know all this stuff. She said to do whatever I wanted. And somebody pulled a gun out my 8-year-old. I want something done about it.
Yes,
That's
especially if she was crying.
unbelievable that there's a child and they know there's a child.
Yeah.
And they don't care. They're so concerned about their little child, but they're not concerned about anybody else's child.
It's endangering a minor at this point to a bad extent that he should be over there handcuffed.
Well, was the Jeep there? Because the Jeep's not there right now.
No, there was nobody there. And then all of a sudden,
It was probably just
we
him.
were out there for 5-10 minutes in the rain. And we drove away and came back one last picture. And that's when he yelled. And I was like, whoa, what the crap?
Well, I guess we're going to see if the cops do something this time.
Did they get the thing to
What
look
is,
at?
what is
Yeah.
your name? I'm so
Wes,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Nice to meet you, Wes. I'm Deanna.
Was he looking at some camera or something?
Yeah.
He's looking at, supposedly looking at.
Ooh, you're right in the puddle.
He said that it happened. If I understood his story correctly, he said that he was by his camper, and there you can kind of see the camper.
I realize the audio is difficult because of all the traffic, and I realize the actual video footage is kind of difficult because it's not centered on faces and actual words and things along those lines. You have to understand, in the height of all of this going on, the chaos of all of this going on, get to the meat of this, and here's the meat of it. John Crook points a firearm at an 8-year-old child. He is then hiding. The Jeep then disappears as Wes takes his daughter and their female friend over to the post office. Jeep's gone. LIEnette's gone. Levy County Sheriff wants to know where Crook is. Come to find out, Crook has been hiding in the camper. They go and get him later. He refuses to speak, probably for the first time in his life. And if he did speak, he'd be lying anyway. That's all he does is lie. No, hold a second. He's told the truth one time. Remember when he said, "Your Honor, Toontown is coming"? Boy, was he ever right.
All right, Levy County Sheriff is back from interviewing John.
Everybody thinks that we're not afraid.
No, I'm sure you guys are.
And we have to
We have to
you can't-
record.
The common person would be afraid.
You
I
can't.
mean,
Well, they keep wondering, why do we record? Why do we
If
record?
we're not afraid
You know, you're not afraid if you're recording. You know, we're recording
for
because something
accountability.
stupid like that
well,
might
it's
happen.
the same thing we tell everybody to do. Well, make sure you record it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the thing. We've got it. We've got it on recording.
Mhm.
We've got this recording. But I mean,
Did he
Is it
did he
enough?
admit to anything, or did he
doesn't-
lie?
doesn't.
I mean, I stood there. I know he said nothing happened. So, but I don't know as for the evidence, what was reviewed, what wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's all the supervisors that do that.
so he's a supervisor.
Mhm.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. This is just stupid. This has gone on too long.
Just a regular old deputy.
Are you taking care of this area now that you're back?
I was sitting up there earlier.
For you?
You got a couple people speeding down the road. But when I first got back up here, dude, there's some dudes running 73 right here in the 35.
So Deanna and I were gonna stand with hair dryers.
Yeah,
We find in storage units
Because,
and pretend like they're radar
Her
guns.
Jeep looks like undercover.
So you get everybody, they'll come down this, they come down, and it's crazy too, because I will literally park right there, actually, the back side of Herschel's. That goes in. So I'm right in front of a 35-mile-an-hour sign.
Yeah.
Right.
And these jokers will come by, they'll make this right-hand turn, and they'll
zoom.
go, and they're 35 when they pass me, but they'll hit about North Otter Creek Ave, and they'll gun it to 55, 60. And you got all the way till 3rd Street, till it turns into 45. I'll pass where you guys are.
So good idea or bad idea to sit in my car and use a blow dryer as a radar gun to slow some of these people down at the schoolhouse. We could sit in the schoolhouse driveway.
He's gonna sit in the driveway, off the property.
Off the property?
I mean,
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about off the property.
I
You know,
mean, off
there's gonna be a bunch of phone calls.
on the front side, of the gate, but in the driveway, off the road.
Nah, give me some time. I've been out here. I come out here every morning that I'm working, so
They zoom.
We're trying to help with speeding
these guys
issues out here.
knocked down.
We were gonna sit in my vehicle and use blow dryers that we
Here or
find.
there?
No,
Right here.
Down
Right
there.
over
on
here.
20 yeah,
Yeah.
it's 35 from 3rd Street up to here.
And the blow dryer would be the radar gun to stop some of these people.
Have you ever seen the Dukes of Hazzard? Then you understand what I'm talking about with the hair dryer.
Yes.
Remember the radar gun they had?
No.
If he wants to tell you anything, he's more than welcome.
Okay.
It's an open investigation right now, so
Okay.
continue with it, okay?
Are you able to use anything that's on the
Not
the fan
100%.
camera?
There's only one that just shows him on the property where he said he was. That was it. Not doing anything.
Okay.
So you keep that. I was able to get a video of it. So
Okay.
we'll go from there, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. But don't worry, I'm working on the speeders. Just
All right.
give me a little
Appreciate
bit. I
it.
just got back up here, all right?
Supervisor actually shares a couple key things here. Number one, Wes tells them exactly where Crook was on the property. Now keep in mind, Crook and LIEnette are both crying that they are under surveillance by us 24/7, even though all their cameras point directly at our property. So it's good for them, right? They can surveil our property all they want, but they want to cry and whine that our cameras point towards theirs. That's why Crook is hiding behind a tree. He actually pulls out and points behind a tree. And Wes tells the deputies exactly where he's at. Well, come to find out, one of the cameras actually picks up Crook right where Wes tells them he was, confirming Wes's story of what actually happened. Unfortunately, in that picture, there's nothing in his hand at that point. It was already put back in the pocket. Remember that pocket with the hole in it when he did it to me, right? Okay. So then you hear the supervisor say, this is an open investigation. While they did not arrest Crook, the investigation is not over. As a matter of fact, they're getting images from anybody else's. Gail has a camera pointed towards their place. We now have more cameras surveilling our own property for safety and protection. By the way, her grandson, Landon, and his boy toy, the other dude, we have them on camera with flashlights towards on the property, vandalizing. We haven't shared that bit of information yet. That's still coming in the future.
He asked how long I'd be here, and I said probably Saturday or Sunday. And he's like, well, he goes, something comes up a little bit. He goes, I'll have them call you from dispatch or something.
Okay.
Update me, but he said he didn't admit to it, so he's not going to.
Of course he's not going to admit to it.
Which is like the video evidence when he did it to Jeremy.
Yeah, he said no, and he said the same thing. I didn't have a gun, and we had video evidence. Of course he's going to lie. Oh my goodness.
Washington Willis told me to text him, and he's wanting to get lunch or something sometime before we leave, and
Yeah,
give her some prices or something.
that'll
She
be
looked at me,
fun.
She goes, why would you bring me here? I'm like,
Oh.
I was like, baby, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Where are you guys staying?
Reddit.
I appreciate Travis going above and beyond as well for this couple, for this child, this 8-year-old daughter. And he's making sure that they're cared for while they're visiting, making sure they're going to get to go back to Tubetown, at least Wes is. The ladies are going to hold back. But he's also going to take them out to barbecues and make sure they have a great time, and that this lingering visit isn't lingering of the filth in their minds of Crook and LIEnette. Thank you, Travis.